All right, so this calls for anybody that is just starting 21 Day Fix and really getting started on their journey. 21 Day Fix is really a program that, although it is 21 days, I highly recommend to everybody that they at least commit to doing 3 rounds, because in 21 days, you can start to develop new patterns and better habits, but you're not going to make an overall lifestyle change in 21 days. They say it takes about 66 days. So with 3 rounds of 21 Day Fix, I think that's a really great time frame for you to really gauge your results and to feel comfortable with it. Because I know in the past, any program that I've done, whether it be a 6-week program, 8-week program, 10-week program, it takes about 3 weeks to get used to the meal plan, get used to the workouts. And so I really express to everybody that the first 3 weeks, which is your first round of 21 Day Fix, that you really give yourself a little bit of grace and consider it a practice round as you become familiar with it. The biggest thing for success is staying in contact with me, your coach, and also the challenge group. So I'm going to do a screen share so that anybody watching this recording later on can see what I'm talking about. But we have the Beachbody Challenge Tracker app, which you can actually find in the App Store. And it's a way for you to be able to log all of your measurements, your weight, your before pictures, and you can either, you can keep it private so only you see it, or you can share it with me. It's completely up to you, but it's where you can have all your information. Every day you check in, and you can check in if you've drank your Shakeology or if you've done your workout. You can see the posts that I have delivered for you, and also be able to ask questions and connect with other people who are starting. And so the most important part is really having that support and having people that know what you're going through. So I'm going to do a screen share just so later on people can go back and look and see what I'm talking about. But the next group that's starting is actually, I just set the group up, and it's starting on July 30th, and it's going to run through August 31st. It's titled August Weight Strippers Challenge. So once you get an invitation via email, the email is going to give you instructions on how to download the app and also how to join the group. So this is where you're going to check in every day and see the posts that I have and interact with everybody else. I really want everybody to get in the habit of checking in every day, because that accountability is really going to help you stay on track. So I wanted to share that whenever you go into the group, you're going to want to click on the file section to find some of the documents that I'm going to be talking about next, that are going to be very vital for you while you're doing the 21 Day Fix. So first of all, I want to make sure that as soon as you get your package, that you open it up. And the biggest thing that you want to do is pull out the eating plan, and also start on the 21 Day Fix Start Here. It's a little pamphlet, and it basically, this is where a lot of people get lost. And so I want to make sure that people don't throw this away. The Start Here little pamphlet is where you can track and write down your measurements. So if you're waiting to get started, you want to make sure you have a measuring tape. You can usually get one at Walmart or a drugstore for under $2. But this is the most important facet, because you're going to lose oftentimes more inches than weight. And you don't want to be completely tied to the scale, because as you're doing this, you're putting on lean muscle, and you're really reshaping your body, because muscle takes up space in your body different than fat. So this is where you're going to want to make sure that you go in and record all of your measurements. And it tells you exactly where to measure. So many people tell me, I don't know where to measure. And so this gives you it. And then the biggest part that you don't want to skip in this little purple pamphlet is the calendar. And that's what people often, miss. And so I wanted to share with you too, that in the file section of that group, I have the calendar all printed out for you, because I know a lot of people like to essentially post it up on their wall, check it off, and it's a lot easier than having a little teeny version of it. So this is under the file section, so that you can have access to the calendar yourself and print it out. The second thing that I really encourage everybody to do is, this is again under the file section of the group, is that they print off the food list, and it's the 21 Day Fix food list. It is in just one place. But if you don't have a printer, if you can't access it, then in your 21 Day Fix book, in the very beginning pages, I think it's been restructured from whenever I bought the 21 Day Fix back in February 2014 when it launched, but In my book, it's pages 25 through 36 that have all of the food categories. So many people are getting started, and this is all new to them. A lot of people don't eat a lot of fruits or veggies, or don't even like fruits and veggies, or you know, mostly eat meat and protein, or protein and carbs. And so this is a way for you to have a list of the things that are approved on this meal plan. And so if there's new things on here that you've never seen before or never heard of, I really recommend that you just go in and circle the foods that you like. I want you to focus on what you like, not on the things that are foreign to you or the things that you don't like, because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, and I don't want you to feel like you're being deprived automatically. So that's the first task I have for everybody, is go in and circle the foods that you like. That is the basis right there. Is this, we're going to work with what you have. And then as you move on from, to round 2 and round 3, then I really start challenging you to start trying new foods. But in the first round, we're just going to work with exactly the foods that you like and do our best. In the file section also, I have a 21-day fix grocery list that you can write down. So you can write down how many servings you need to have each day of that food group. That way you go to the store and buy things that are in your budget, and that you don't just buy everything that you think is healthy and waste your money, because that's what a lot of people do, is when they get on a health food kick, they just go crazy at the store. And then, as everybody knows, fresh produce definitely spoils fast. And so if you don't have a plan of what you're going to eat, it can lead to money being lost. So the biggest question for a lot of people when they're getting started is, about the containers. So I wanted to make sure that, again, I think that the book has changed, but on page 4 in my book, and you'll just want to flip through the first couple pages if it's a different page in the book that you have now, but it's where there's a formula, how to figure out your calorie level. So what you're going to do is weigh yourself. So you're going to need to find a scale, go to a friend or a family member's house, or somebody who has a scale, or go out and buy one, whatever it is. But find a scale. You figure out what you weigh today. You need to add 400 to that number, and then you need to subtract 750 from that number. And so basically, if you're a 130-pound person, then you're going to fall into the first calorie bracket. And again, in my book, it's on page 19. It says calorie charts, and it looks a lot like a little graph where it has the containers on there. So there are basically 4 categories for calorie brackets. So if you have a number, once you've done the calculations, that's under 1,200, you're going to do the first calorie bracket, which is 1,200 to 1,499 calories. That's just telling you how many calories you're overall taking in that day by following this meal plan. But it does not mean you need to count calories. In fact, that's the greatest thing about these containers and this meal plan, is you don't have to count calories. So if you're doing that, then essentially, if you're in the first category, you're going to make sure that you eat 3 greens a day, which are 3 cups of vegetables. And then you're going to do 2 purples, which is a fruit, which is also a cup each. So 2 cups of fruit. And then we have on the first meal plan, 4 reds, which are protein. And again, you're going to want to pick the foods that you like and that you're familiar with that are out of that approved list. So you're going to make sure that you're eating lean protein, and you're eating 4 servings of this. So a red container is actually 3/4 of a cup, just as a rule of thumb. And then you're also going to want to make sure that you're getting 2 yellows in. And this is really important, because a lot of people go over their carb intake, and a lot of people eat the wrong type of carbs. So this is really, if you are somebody that has a lot of issues with carbs intake and crave carbs, you're going to want to make sure that you monitor this, and that you really focus on what is included in the approved list on the yellows. And a yellow container is half a cup. So you're making sure that you're not eating any more than a cup of carbs from the approved food list if you're in the first calorie bracket. And then you're going to have 1 blue, which is a healthy fat. And same thing with 1 orange, which is a healthy fat. And 2 teaspoons, which is a healthy fat. And those are also, you can have the list there. But the blues basically are something like hummus, cheese, or avocado. And there's different things there, but those are the main things that people usually eat. And then the orange, You can do seeds or nuts and salad dressings, and the teaspoons are coconut oil or olive oil or different healthy fat oils that are on the list. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that, you know, if you're in the first calorie bracket, that's what you're going to do. And then, but if you know, are in the other calorie brackets, then make sure that you adjust your containers for that. If you go along, because I've had one of my best friends, she lost 75 pounds in 6 rounds of 21-day fix. So obviously where she started out calorie-wise, it changed as the program went on. So make sure that when you're losing weight, you go back and recalculate where you are, because you may actually go down in a calorie bracket. And so you'll just want to be mindful of that and be constantly checking that if you're seeing great results. So the biggest thing that I really want to press on everybody is that if you're using almond milk, half a cup of almond milk is like a free food. So when you're using your almond milk to make your Shakeology, I would do half a cup of almond milk and half a cup of water. You can use it as a breakfast substitute, and you can use frozen fruit instead of ice to blend it, or you can use just ice. When you're mixing it with just almond milk and water like that, it really is more of a snack or a nutrition supplement than a meal replacement. When you start adding things in like peanut butter and a banana, then that becomes more substance and more calories, and that is considered a meal replacement. Some people notice that whenever they start drinking Shakeology in the very beginning, that it really conquers any hunger, and they're not hungry. Understand though that this is just in the beginning phases. That you're going to see that your body's very nourished with all the right nutrients, but then as it starts doing its job, and that is, you know, getting your digestive tract right, getting your metabolism going, then you're going to notice that you're not going to go long periods without being hungry. You're going to be hungry every 2.5 to 3 hours, which is exactly what you want, because this is going to help you burn fat, and you want your metabolism to be going. You want to be eating every couple hours to get your metabolism healthy and strong and active. So that's something that is really important to remember. And also try to eat your yellows and your purples before 5 o'clock, because as the day goes on, you become less active, and you want to burn off those carbs and those things that turn to sugar early in the day, so that, you know, it's burned off whenever you're active. So if at all possible, make sure that you have eaten all of your carbs and purples or yellows and purples before 5. So, you know, do fruit for breakfast or fruit for your snacks. Use your yellows for, you know, breakfast, lunch, or snack, and then just save a protein and a veggie for dinner time. I think that's all that I wanted to share about how the meal plan goes before I open up to questions. But I also lastly wanted to share what I'm going to share a screen for the DVD player. So when you're in the when you're starting the workout, then let me see if it's opening. Nope, it's not opening. Hold on. Okay, so once you have the workout going, actually it's not working for me. I thought it was going to, it's not sharing, sorry. So anyways, I will explain it, and you'll have to just look for it yourself whenever you're in, whenever you put it in. So once you get your disc, you're gonna get a little sleeve with 2 discs in there. The first workout is total body cardio, and I was trying to show you how to get started. But once you get started, I highly recommend, and any master trainer or any trainer would tell you the same thing, is that you follow the modifier, which her name is Kat, and she is shown on the right. You follow her for the first 3 weeks. If you become super strong and you think you can do it, that's great. But at least for the first week, follow Kat, because a lot of people think, well, I don't want to modify, I want results fast. But if you end up going too fast, your form's off, and you injure yourself, or you know, damage, you know, do something that throws you off, then you're not going to be you're not going to be able to finish it. So I always say slow and steady wins the race. And when you slow down and you modify, then you're making sure that you're doing it right. You're engaging all the muscles and that you're not just going through the motions, and that you're going to get great results. People who do the modified version actually seem to get better results because they're more slow, more concentrated, and there's not sloppy movements that could lead to injury. So definitely follow Kat. I follow the modifier on almost every program I do still to this day after years of being, in health and fitness and using those programs. So there's no shame there. It doesn't mean that you're weak, but I really recommend that. I've had a lot of people that go gung-ho in the beginning, then they have hurt themselves, they feel that they can't keep up, and they get discouraged. What I tell everybody is that if you could keep up with Autumn, if you could keep up with the cast members, you wouldn't probably need this program. So understand that you're probably going to be winded, you're probably going to be tired, you're probably going to be exhausted because you haven't been in a routine yet. And this is going to pass. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get better. You're going to get more familiar with this, but you just have to keep going and don't give up. And so I really educate everybody that 3 weeks is definitely a practice run, and that you're following the modifier, you're getting used to how the containers work, you're making sure that you're drinking your Shakeology every day so that you are feeling energized, and that once you become familiar with it, you pick a start date. So for our August group, I want everybody to have a actual official start date to start week 1, day 1, total body cardio on August 8th. So everybody starts together, and so that everybody is already familiar with the meal plan. They've been working with the containers. Whenever you're using the containers, you dump them out on a plate. That way you can have a visual of exactly what a portion of carbs looks like, what a portion of protein looks like, what a cup of fruit looks like. But make sure you do that so that way you're ready to get going. And I'll tell you, out of all honesty, never to scare anybody, but the first 5 to 6 days, you're going to be super, super sore. Don't let that stop you. Don't give up. Push through. There's days that you're going to do yoga and Pilates, which you're going to absolutely come to adore because it's going to give you that break, but keep pushing through. I promise you, after day 6, you're going to start feeling better. But if you stop and you don't work out for a couple days because you're so sore, when you start back up, you're going to go through the same thing. So those are just kind of my tips for getting started. If you decide that you, want to get more experimental with your foods, we also have the cookbook Fixate, which is super awesome because Autumn's whole family is like big foodies, and I think her brother was a cook, and so she has put together over 100 recipes that are 21-day fix and 22-minute hardcore and Insanity Max 30 and size approved. And so it's a great way for you, if you don't cook, to learn how to cook, because as long as you can read the directions and follow them, you can teach yourself how to cook. And so many people out there I know don't normally cook, but this is a great way for you to get started. So that's all I have to say. So I'm going to unmute you. Kathy, what other questions did you have? I hope that I covered some of them.
Let's see. So pretty much I think that's the only questions that I have. You kind of answered all of them.
Okay.
I wrote some down, so let me check out what I wrote for today. Let's see. So for the meal plan, so I had wrote down for the meal plan, do you have to use them all the time? Like does the whole meal plan consist of all of the boxes, like all of the colors, like all these? So you have to have the veggies, the fruits, and all that, all these. Like whatever plan you are, you do have to use all of them, right? It says right here.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. So
okay.
I'm on the meal plan two. I don't know if you're looking at the book in front of you, but like the meal plan 2 is 1,500 to 1,700 calories. So for me, I have to eat 4 greens throughout the day, 3 purples, 4 reds, 3 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 4 teaspoons. So this is why I say that before you actually officially start this, that you just kind of play around with it. Like, start making combinations. Like in the morning, I suggest you could do like oatmeal and eggs. Half a cup of oatmeal and 2 eggs equal a yellow and a red. And you could throw in a cup of fruit with your oatmeal. I cut up half a banana sometimes. Half a banana is 1 purple. So you can do
Yeah.
that. It's just different things. If you're, have time, people use corn tortillas and they do eggs. So that's a yellow and a red for breakfast, because I really highly recommend that when you're, with breakfast, that you combine a carb and a protein together, because that really helps with your blood sugar levels and helps you stay fuller longer and digest it at the right rate. And it's just trial and error, because when I started using this meal plan 2.5 years ago, it was very confusing to me, because it was brand new. So there's going to be bumps in the road, but I just want to share with everybody that they can do it. And the one thing that's helped me is, I don't know if you have an iPhone, but if you do have an iPhone, Beachbody actually in the App Store makes the app that's 21. It's called 21 Day Fix. I was trying to show it on the screen, but it doesn't show. But the 21 Day Fix app was created by Beachbody, and it's a way for you to go in and program how many containers you need each day. And then when you finish your breakfast, you can go in and add in how many containers you had, and then it shows you up top how many you have left for the day. And so that's a great way for you to keep track of it. Under the file section of the group that I have open for August, I put in there the tally sheets as well. However, when you are if you log into your account at teambeachbody.com, you can actually go, you have to be from my computer, but you go under Get Fit, they have the workout sheets, and then this is where you can print out sheets that allow you to tally up how many containers you've had every day. That way you can start getting into a routine of counting how many you have. And then honestly, as you're eating, you're going to see that it becomes a routine, and you know off the top of your head. Like, I don't have to look at the book or the app anymore, because I know how many containers I have to have. But in the beginning, I highly suggest having some system for you to use so that you can stay on track. And if you're somebody that doesn't like veggies, like my husband was on the highest calorie bracket, which he had to have 6 greens. He didn't like vegetables, but he does not like vegetables. So he did the best he could with the grains. And so that's what I suggest with everybody, is just do your best to get as close to all of your containers in each day. It's not going to happen overnight, perfection. It's not going to happen. You're not going to understand it, probably, in a week. But, give yourself a good 2 weeks to play around with it, and you'll realize that you become more comfortable with it. Use the containers, pack up your stuff to bring for snacks or for lunch when you go to work. That way you can stay prepared, and that way you don't go long periods without eating, or go, get tempted to eat out somewhere. So does that help?
Yes, definitely. And also on the videos, there's so there is a little 21 Day Fix, which is Plyo Fix, and that was that's wrapped individually, and then there was, which I have that one in front of me, but the other one, there's 2 workout videos together. And then I kind of didn't, to be honest, I haven't even watched them, but so I guess my question was, how do I know what to do first, or what? Because I think there's also like a little sheet where it says day 1 upper body, day 2. How can I find about what's upper body and what's? Is it self-explanatory once you put them on the DVD player?
Yes, that's what I was trying to share. Hold on, let me see if I can do this so you can go back and watch the video. So when you put it in, when you open up the little pamphlet, the one that says 21 Day Fix on the front, and it's like a double fold, and you open up, there's 2 discs in there. On each disc has all the workouts that you need broken up on there. So you're going to want to make sure that you go into the group and either print off the calendar that I discussed in the beginning, or you use the pamphlet that came in that says start here. There's the calendar that says Monday. You're going to start with total body cardio. So I'm going to share the screen. I know you can't see it because you're calling in. Hopefully you can watch it later on.
Okay. Total body cardio.
Yeah, and actually, again, for some reason, it won't let me share the screen. Sorry. So basically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up that little, the dual fold thing that has the 2 DVDs in there.
Okay,
So
okay.
you're going to have one disc that has the first one on there is total body cardio fix. The second workout on that disc is upper fix. The third is lower fix. The fourth is Pilates fix. And then you have the 10-minute fix for abs. The second disc, you're going to have cardio fix, dirty 30, yoga fix, and then again, the 10-minute fix for abs. So when you're following this, the schedule, the first day you're going to do total body cardio fix. The second day on Tuesday is upper fix. Wednesday is lower fix. Thursday is Pilates fix. Friday is
okay.
Fix. And so, and again, this schedule is Monday through Sunday. If you want to start on a different day, you don't have to start on Monday, but just understand that day 1 is total body cardio fix. Day 2 is upper fix. Day 3 is lower fix. Day 4 is Pilates fix. Day 5 is cardio fix. Day 6 is dirty 30. Day 7 is yoga fix. And you repeat that week twice. So that will take you through 2 weeks. The third week, where it says day 15 through 21, as you can see, you do total body cardio fix and Pilates fix. And then day 16, you're doing double workouts. If your schedule doesn't allow it, I always tell people extend it, another week. The point is you want to just follow the calendar and the schedule so that you're not overtraining your body or injuring it, because a lot of people will do abs every day, or they only do upper body and they neglect their legs. There's a reason why this calendar is here, so that your whole body gets what it needs and so that you see results, because and that no part of your body is neglected. I hope that made sense.
Okay, yeah, it totally does. So then it's just something that I have to just get used to, and don't try to overdo it if by any chance per se. I mean, I've never working out really. I've gone to the gym and I'm working out for like 15 minutes and I'm tired. So
Right.
this thing, so if I turn it on and say I get tired in 8 minutes, and then I mean, I could do it gradually at my own pace, right? And I can just come back to it in 5 minutes or so on and so on.
Yes, and I like I said, I want to reiterate to everybody who watches this: start with Kat. She's the one on the front. That way you can
okay.
that you're doing all the movements. So literally focus on following Kat. And if you can only do 5 minutes, then that's great. 5 minutes is better than 0. And so I really want to set people up for success. If like you could just go and breeze through the 30-minute workouts on day 1, then I would say you don't need this workout. You're already fit. You should have went for a more extreme one. So, I don't want anybody to get discouraged, but go at your own pace. So if you can only do 5 minutes of the total body cardio fix today, then tomorrow try to do 6 minutes. The next day, try to do 7 minutes, and you'll see that you'll gradually progress. And then from week to week, you're going to get better. But the thing is, you have to keep going to be able to see that and stay consistent. So that's why, staying in contact with me, staying in contact with the challenge group is very, very important. And, I would just use between now and the 8th as a time to make sure that you're drinking your Shakeology every day, and making sure that you are, watching the videos, doing as much as you can, becoming familiar with it, using the containers, asking questions along the way. And then on the 8th, be ready to go in and really commit to your first round, which again, like I said, is not going to be perfect, but I think by then you'll be more prepared than you are if
Definitely.
you this Monday.
Yes. Okay. Well, sounds good. Yeah. Because to be honest, when I opened it, I was like, "What?" I was totally clueless. But the more I started reading into it, I started seeing, and then it's kind of easy because it explains to you what those foods are. Because I was like, healthy fats. Well, I don't know any healthy fats other than avocado or like peanut butter. So I was kind of like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? But then I kind of went into and I was like, oh, cool. It kind of tells you. All the foods, like you said, that you're supposed to, it goes by category on what foods to eat. So then I was a little bit more happier, because it's like, okay, it's getting a little bit easier. And then I have been drinking the Shakeology, just like you told me, ever since I got the packet. And it's been like 3 days that, actually it tasted so much better with that milk. The first time I ever had the sample, I made it with water, and I was totally like just encouraged, because it wasn't really that good at all. And Anyway, but it was a lot better with the almond milk. And then what else? Oh, and I have been noticing that I'm not as hungry. I can eat like once a day, and that's about it. And at night, I'm not hungry like I usually am. Starving. I get out at 9, and I'm usually like ready to eat. So that's awesome.
Well, the 21 day fix is definitely, you know, if you're just starting your journey, no matter what program, is going to be very overwhelming. But when you do what you, like you said, you started reading through it, you realize that it actually breaks it down for you. And that you're actually, that's what I love about 21 day fix, is you're learning as you go. And really it's helping educate you on what to eat, how much to eat of it, and how to eat healthy and have a balanced diet. And so, you know, the goal is ultimately for you to be able to work up to eating all of your containers throughout the day, and making sure that you're eating about 3 to 5 times a day. Because whenever you take all those containers and break them up between 3 meals and 2 snacks, then your metabolism is going to stay active, and it's going to really help you, because so many people will only eat once a day, or, you know, in the morning, skip breakfast, and then only eat lunch, and then hours later eat dinner. When you do that and there's such big spaces between your meals, you're tempted to overeat, and your body also goes into starvation mode, and it actually holds on to that because it's not sure when it's going to be fed next. So that's what's so important, is that you want to get your metabolism going. You want to you know, work out at the same pace so that your metabolism, you know, starts working, and you'll notice that you're hungry more often. And so when you're eating the right foods, you're going to lose weight, as opposed to eating the wrong foods, which, you know, that's how I try to educate people is, you know, before I would eat once or twice a day, but I would eat bad foods, and I would just be like, why am I not losing any weight? But then I thought, oh wow, I'm supposed to eat 3 to 5 meals a day, and I'm gonna gain weight. And I actually didn't gain weight. I lost weight, and I've stayed more healthy. And so that's my overall goal, to help people understand that, help them create that lifestyle, and help them, you know, to not only lose weight and stay at a healthy weight, but be healthy and create a lifestyle for their family. So although this is the 21 day fix, it can help you get into a lifestyle so that you live by this. Like, I still eat by the 21 day fix meal plan, and I've been using it since February of 2014 when it came out. So this is definitely a lifestyle, not just a 21 day eat great and then go back to old habits. So, you know, that's my overall goal for you.
Okay. All right.